It is me, she, her. Hey, y'all. What's going on? Hi. He says, I'm ready for your review, Love and Marriage Huntsville. I'm here. I'm here. Thank y'all for being here. Hi. Yes, y'all. What a day. What a day, y'all. My Lord. We are here, though. Nevertheless, it's 8 o'clock. Y'all know what time it is. It's time for our review, honey. So we're going to go ahead and get started. Thank you guys for joining. Hope you guys hit the like button as you came in. I appreciate you guys joining us. So as you guys know, this is the review for season 6, episode 2 of Love and Marriage Huntsville. The episode title is You Scots to Chill, which I think is so stupid, but that's the title of the actual episode. Okay. As you guys know, let's go ahead and get started. Let's do our disclaimer. I always have to do my disclaimer. Sometimes I forget. But I need to do it because, yeah, I might be kind of snapping off a little bit too much tonight. Y'all know anytime I'm talking about Martel, I don't ever know what I'm going to say. So, yeah, everything in this video is said and alleged and in my opinion, and it is used for entertainment purposes only and for fair use. Okay, so we got to be covered because God knows I don't never know what's going to fly out my mouth. Y'all know that over here. Okay, so let's get started. Y'all ready? All right, so the scene opens up. Love and Marriage Huntsville, season 6, episode 2. You Scots to Chill. All right. I'm about to see this damn show. Let me just go ahead and say that before we get started. I'm kind of almost sick of this show, y'all. Like, for real, for real. I'm tired of all this damn Scots on here. I'm tired of Tisha bringing all her country bumpkin family on here. I am tired of damn Martel. Like, they all get on my damn nerves. But, hey, my Caramelians love for me to review this show. So I'm doing it for you guys. Because the whole time I was just like, damn it, that was my whole reaction. But let's get started. All right, so we picked up where we left off. First episode, which was last episode. They're still at the event space with Kimmy, where Mel is hosting her a party. They are still there at this party. They open up with the scene with Melody and Stormy, where they're still continuing to finish their conversation where they left off from last episode. All right, so the scene opens up where where Stormy and Mel, they're still discussing Mel changing her number, okay? And not reaching out to Stormy, and Stormy having to reach out to her and reaching her by DM. And Stormy was feeling a way about that. She didn't want to reach out to Mel via DM. She wanted her number because she felt like they were friends. So Stormy's acting like it's the end of the damn world because she hasn't spoke to Mel in over 3 to 4 months. Okay. And Mel has already said in her lives that she only lives like 15 minutes from Stormy. So if you feel that way, Stormy, why have you not like pulled up? Why have you not come by her house to see, you know, what's going on with the two of you guys? Or do you just not care? If you stay that close to her, you that pressed at the fact that you can't reach her and she hasn't reached out to you in 4 months, I would think that you would try to at least come by her house, which I don't want nobody coming to my house unannounced. But if I haven't heard from a friend of mine and I'm that pressed, I only live 15 minutes away, I mean, damn, I'm gonna probably pull up and see what's going on. But moving on. So Stormy says to Mel, she says it's very weird to her that Mel kind of checked out and never reached out to her. Well, Melody has 4 children. Melody has several businesses. Stormy, if you're a millionaire like that, you know how it is to be a busy businesswoman. Or maybe not, okay? Because you ain't really sending no stuff out. So you ain't really mailing out no boxes or nothing. So maybe you don't know what it means to be busy. But Melody has a lot going on. She's traveling, she's touring. We talked about it before. When you're busy like that, you don't really have time to check on everybody. Just know that we are in an okay space, if not a good space. Okay. And if you question that and you reach out to me and you can't reach me, then that probably means that we're probably not in the best space that you thought we were in. So Melody tells Stormy that she's already aware that of that about her and how she pulls back from and that's how she pulls back after filming. Okay. She's telling Stormy, like, you already know how I am. You know, after filming, I kind of pull back. I don't really fool with a lot of people because that's my, you know, time for me to kind of get my zen and kind of do me and kind of get away from all the mess, because it's a lot of drama when she's filming with people that she don't choose to really want to be around. Okay. So Stormy says that she knows Mel did that, but she didn't feel like she would do that with her. Well, who are you? Are you that close to her? Are you that close to her? Are you somebody that she considered to be like a good friend that she just trusted like that and that she talked to and reached out to every day? Probably not. Okay. Stormy's trying to act like she's just like the girl that Mel just actually was just so tight with, and that's just not the fact. If Melody feels you like that, then yeah, she's gonna call you, and she's gonna, because she already said she's got a few friends that she talks to all the time, and then some she kind of have to keep at arm's length. And she reach out to you when she could reach out to you. But Stormy, you don't seem to be one of those friends. So Stormy says that her room was right next to Melody's room at the reunion. And she said that Melody said nothing to her. Well, Melody had to come back and remind her. She said, well, actually, Stormy, I did. I actually came up to you and spoke to you, and I told you that you look beautiful. Then Stormy remembers. So now you have selective memory, Stormy, okay? Now you have selective memory. You're saying that Melody never spoke to you. She didn't say anything to you at the reunion. So you're trying to act like she acted all the way funky towards you when she had to remind you, hello, yes, I did speak to you, Stormy, and I actually told you that you look beautiful at the reunion. So because you needed so much attention, your husband was there. Maybe he should have been giving you that attention that you were seeking from Melody. Why does Melody have to be the one giving you all this attention? You a whole married woman, honey. Let your husband tell you look beautiful. Let him talk to you. You at a whole reunion. You should be preparing your mind for what you're going to say whenever you come out on the stage instead of all that damn crying. You came out there and started crying. So you ain't even prepare yourself backstage because you're so focused on somebody not speaking to you. And then you get out there and do all this damn crying. Girl, let's move on. So Melody says via her confessional, she says that one of the things understood in her friendship with Stormy is that they would not be super needy and like clingy, because she don't like that. And I don't like that either with friends. I don't like that either. Don't be clingy with me. I'll reach out to you. I'll hang out with you, but don't be blowing me up. And every time you see me, please don't be all up in my face. Like, I don't like that either. I'm that way. Maybe I'm just too, I don't know. Maybe it's a Leo thing. So Stormy asked Melody, is it a trust issue? The fact that you don't want to give out your number. She says, what is it that you don't want everybody to have your number? Is it a trust issue? She's still on that, y'all. Like, she cannot let it go. So Melody says, yeah, it is an issue. That is the issue. Like, yeah, like, duh. That is the issue. I don't want everybody having my number. And the fact that you hang with Martel, I really don't kind of trust you with it, because he is doing everything that he can to ask everybody for my number. Like she said, he was telling somebody he dropped his phone. Can you give me Mel's number? I need to reach out to her. And then they would give the number to him, and then she would have to go and change her number. Melody says that since she has divorced Martel, she's had to change her number 5 times. That's excessive. 5 times, because she don't want him having her number, and he keeps running around to everybody that she knows, everybody that he thinks trusts her or that she fools with, and try to make it seem like him and her are cool, and then ask for the number, and then he get the number and be blowing her up and doing stupid wild shit, and then she's just sick of it. So she have to keep changing her number. So yeah. But the fact that she's hanging with the ops, that's what Melody does not like. And she had already peeped that, so she kind of pulled back from Stormy. So Melody says that her number is changed because people keep doing stuff. And the people that she's talking about, of course, we know is Martel. So then Stormy says, well, let's talk about it. Well, like, who are you? Why are we having all these Dr. Phil moments? This is supposed to be Kimmy's event where we're supposed to be here to celebrate Kimmy. This really is not the time and or place to be discussing you and your feelings about me not calling you. Maybe this is maybe we could talk about this another time versus holding me up, because one, Melody had already said she want to go get her something to eat. So Stormy is still talking about this irrelevant situation that Melody does not really care to discuss, but she don't want to be rude. So she's trying to oblige Stormy in terms of talking about this so that she can go ahead and finally let this issue go. Okay. So then production kind of rolls tape back to Destiny playing a video. As you guys remember, Martel was getting ready to have an event where he asked Chris Fletcher to come and look at the event space. I think he had his cousin like decorating or whatnot. So then Destiny shows up in the middle of Chris Fletcher and Martel having a conversation and says, hey, I got something that I want to show you. She had a video on her phone where Melody did an interview with someone and had something to say about Martel and what she thought about Martel dating Sheree and being with another woman, blah, blah, blah. And Melody was saying, well, I don't really care because Martel has been seen with other women while we were married. So why do I care? So that kind of pissed Martel off, of course, and was saying, well, why does she care? Why is she mentioning me and what I do? Y'all, he got into that whole attitude. Okay. But Melody was like, yeah, I don't really care what Martel does. I don't really care who he's seeing, And Melody was pretty much saying like, and she don't really care about how he's moving and and pretty much how it relates to them. She just wants him to move on with his life and leave her alone. So she says that Melody says that people think that it's the first time that people saw Martel with another woman, when he in fact was seen with several women during her marriage. And that's what she was saying. Like, I don't give a hot damn. He can be whoever he want to be with. So Stormy was saying that she wasn't the one that secretly recorded Mel in her house. As you guys remember on the episode where Melody was getting her massage, and Stormy came over and was asking all these questions about Mel and Martel and how they were doing, and blah, trying to be all in the business. And it was shortly after that situation when it came out that a conversation was had, and Melody was kind of questioning, did somebody go back and record her secretly, or maybe gave some type of information out that wasn't supposed to be out. She was trying to figure out how it got out. But Stormy was saying that it was because Melody had done several interviews, and most of her interviews, she kind of said the same thing. So she was saying she never secretly recorded her. It came from an interview that she had previously or recently done. Okay. So Melody and Stormy, they kind of squash things and they kind of leave things where they were because they really weren't getting to the bottom of the situation. And Stormy still walked away without getting the number. All right. Let's move on to the next one. While they're there at the event, Kiki walks in. Tisha, she kind of rolls her eyes because she didn't know Kiki was going to be there. She and Kiki, of course, are still having an issue to where they're not 100% getting along, which I think that's just for a storyline, because I saw live where Wanda was saying that the two of them are fine, that they're not arguing, that they're family, blah, blah, blah. So this is all for a storyline. It's fake as hell. They got on my damn nerves. Tisha got on my nerves because she feels like she can control the narrative with Kiki. So in this particular scene, Kiki walks up, she greets everybody at the table, and it's Kimmy. It's Tisha's cousin Courtney, who they just brought on this season, who kind of, to me, favors Tisha. She had on this real short, dry looking wig. And she just kind of walks up and she greets everybody and she hugs everybody. Like I said, Tisha, she was like, I didn't know that Kiki was even gonna be here. Well, you probably didn't know she was gonna be there. You just didn't want her to be there because you have this fake beef with her, that you kind of want to harbor and hold on to so that you can feel important. Because Tisha, we all know you don't let nothing go. We all know you don't let nothing go. You still riding this whole same narrative of the bullshit that happened last season between you and Kiki, when y'all already squashed it when she came to Black to sit down. She had on her Kings of Rhythms mushroom wig, honey, with that loud ass sweater. And I'm looking at her ass like, what the hell do you got on, Kiki? This is why you can't get past it, because you out here looking like a whole damn box of crayons, sitting up here with these crusty ass looking boots on. Like, I'm glad that you got you a little stylist this season, miss, because you was looking a hot damn mess. But they squashed the situation last season. Tisha is still holding on to it because she needs a storyline this season because she cannot use Mel. That's all it is. That's all it is. Now you have latched on to Kiki in terms of getting you a storyline. Fake beef. And I'm calling it right now. It's fake beef. Let's move on, child. Sitting up there looking like Ike Turner. Kiki getting on my nerves this season too. She was sitting up there last season at Black talking to Tisha looking like Ike Turner, honey, in the damn Kings of Rhythm band. I know you love me, baby. Like she was about to break out one, but you never tell me so. Like she was gonna break out on that shit. I was like, okay, girl. So then Martel, honey, they move on from that little scene with them. And then Martel, honey, he's sitting with Kimmy. Martel has this mentality of like a little 14 or 15, 16-year-old when he's talking to people. It's irritating as hell how he be so giggly and silly. I'm like, boy, man up. Why you giggling so damn much? Like, boy, why the hell is you giggling so damn much? Every time you talk, every time somebody mention Melody, he on that bullshit. Like, boy, man up. We know you ain't got no balls, but damn, man up. So he's sitting there talking to Kimmy. And he asked Kimmy, hey, Kimmy, how you doing? He's starting out a conversation. He's trying to make conversation with Kimmy. Kimmy says she's good, that she's grateful to have Maurice there, and for those moments that she really needs him, And then Kimmy says to Martel, don't you miss those moments when you have someone there that you can share those moments with that you really love? So y'all know she's kind of reeling him in to have a conversation with him about him missing who? Melody. Okay. So then Martel responds, yeah, I missed that. I missed that for real. I really missed that. He says that I don't even like going out of town because it's not as meaningful. But don't you be in Atlanta every other weekend, Martel? I mean, check the mileage on your dash. You got damn near 300 or something thousand miles on your dash because you stay going out of town. You stay in Atlanta. You be in Atlanta more than you be in Huntsville, Alabama, and you live in Huntsville. Okay? Sure you do. You do. So then Kimmy says to Martel, says that I understand because y'all was a force to be reckoned with, meaning him and Melody. Okay, so she's kind of putting this narrative in his head that, oh, we miss seeing you and Mel together, and old things used to be this, and this when y'all were together. And don't you wish that things were like it was? Because, you know, me and Maurice, we in such a great place. And I know you missed that with Melody. So she's kind of putting that in his head when he's already damn psycho, and that's all he thinks about. So he loves this conversation with Kimmy because it involves Melody. So he's just sitting there smiling like a little Cheshire cat, honey. He is happy to be discussing Melody. And he's putting his real feelings out to Kimmy, which Kimmy's kind of looking like, I really haven't seen Martel in this place and talking like this about Melody since the divorce, because he's always been so bitter and talking junk about her. So he's always talked negatively about Mel since the divorce. But now it's like a 360. And he's sitting there smiling like a little schoolboy at the fact that he's getting to talk about Mel and share how he feels. So then Martel responds after Kimmy says that she understands because they were forced to be reckoned with. Martel says, yes, we were. So everything that Kimmy is saying as it relates to Martel and Mel, Martel is agreeing with it. He loves it, honey. He is in such a happy place talking about Mel. So then Kimmy says to Martel, says that there will always be a piece of us that will always see us together, okay? And then of course Martel agrees with Kimmy and says, yeah, right, you're right. So then Kimmy, she says that we all met whenever y'all were together, talking about her and Maurice. We met when you and Mel were together. And they kind of missed that because, of course, they were all friends during the time that they met. So things were in a good place. And she's saying that she kind of misses that space with them because they could all go out and do things together like friends. So then Kimmy says to Martel, she says, I know what's best for you. And then she's joking. She kind of says it in a joking way. So then Martel says, and I do too. Okay. And then he starts blushing and he kind of looks away like he, y'all know, because he's thinking about Mel. He looks away like he couldn't even look at Kimmy when he said that. He says, and I ain't even going to tell y'all to stop no more in terms of talking about and or joking with him, missing Melody and being there with Melody. So he's like, I ain't even going to tell y'all to stop joking like that no more. Because he used to tell them, like, don't do that. Don't talk about that. Don't say that. So now he's happy that they're saying that because he's kind of feeling that that lost feeling that he had with Melody. So it makes him feel good for other people to remind him how things used to be so good, which I think is sick as hell, but go off, sir. Okay. So Kimmy says that she's tickled to hear Martel agree to missing Melody. Okay. So then Martel says that I said something, but I ain't said nothing. Okay. He said, I said something, but I ain't said nothing. He said, but I meant every word of what I said. So everything that he was saying in terms of agreeing with Kimmy, he's saying that he meant all of that because he misses Melody. So Kimmy in her confessional, she says that she's happy Martel's putting his ego aside for what his old life used to be and because he wants his old life back. So she's happy that he's in that space, which I think that's just kind of building him up to basically have him tore right on back down because Melody is not giving him the time of day. She's already made it clear that they are never, ever, ever getting back together. So it's kind of like giving him false hope for her even talking about it and kind of building his head up to even think that there's even a chance of them being together. So then Martel, then he walks over to Melody, which just irritated the shiznit out of me. Okay. Walks over to Melody. Of course, Melody, she's preparing to leave. She's gathering her things. She's putting her jacket on. And Martel says, let me walk. You get ready to leave. Let me help you get your stuff. Let me help you get your stuff. And let me walk you out. I'm going to walk you out. That's how he said, I'm going to walk you out. Melody was like, no, I can walk myself out. I've been walking myself out all this time. I got it. I'm going to walk myself out. Martel says, no, I'm going to walk you out. I'm going to walk you to your car. Melody says, no. She says, I'm literally by the front door. Okay. Martel was still persistent in saying that I saw where you parked and it's dangerous out there. So that sounds a little stalkerish to me. I saw where you parked. So you just like sitting here looking at my car and you're really watching me. So then Melody says, she says that, I walk to my car all the time, Martel. I got it. She was very persistent and look, I don't need you to help me. I got it. I really don't want you to walk me. So Martel is like, stop being difficult. Says someone could scoop you up. Okay. And in my mind, I was thinking, yeah, someone better than you, like a whole ATM robber, which you are, Martel. You're a whole ATM robber. It's better to walk her to her car and it's safer for you to walk her, somebody who's been out here stealing ATMs, than versus somebody else. I would think that some crazy person on the street would be a lot safer than you, because you unhinged and we don't never know what you're going to do at the end of the day. So Melody was steady telling him no, and he's still persistent in not respecting the boundaries that she's putting out there in terms of telling him no. You a whole ATM robber, but you scared that somebody gonna scoop her up. You the criminal. You the person that she really need to be focused on doing something to her. She don't want you around her. I would be scared to even be in the dark anywhere with you, knowing how you've been running around downing me and talking crazy about me. I would be stalking me, buzzing my phone and everything else, driving by my house, sitting down from my house. You the person she need to be focused on. So then Melody, she walks away from Martel because she just seems a little irritated. She walks over to start giving her goodbye. She starts telling Tiffany and Lewis goodbye because they were just a few steps away. All right, so then Martel, he kind of walks right on over to Mel while she's talking to them, jumps into the conversation and says, yeah, we're leaving now, jokingly. And then Melody kind of looks at him like, bitch, we? I don't speak French. Where we going? You're not going nowhere with me. So then Lewis says to Mel, says that you don't want him to walk you. And Mel was like, no, I can walk myself. She was very adamant about, no, I can walk myself. So then Martel says that you're the whole mother of my 4 children, and I'm going to walk you. Says, be careful, all right? He's steady walking behind her. Mel, she just kind of hightails it onto the door. And then Martel, he's standing there talking, I'm going to stand right here, all right? Melody never responds. She just steady walking to her car, ignoring the hell out of him. And he just looking stupid, standing out. And you could tell it's freezing cold because as he's talking and yelling out these things to her, you can see the frost coming from his mouth. So it's like super duper cold. And he's just standing out there in the freezing damn cold. While Melody, she done hightailed it to her car. Child, she done crunk up. She done backed out. She's getting ready to leave. He's still standing there looking on like Mr. was on The Color Purple, honey. When Celie and them done came, honey. Or when Celie done left and went with Sugar Avery and her husband. He's still standing out there looking like this here after Melody done drove the hell off. And he, all right, now be safe now. And Mel like, boom, done peeled the hell out. And he's still standing out there in the freezing cold looking stupid. I'm like, boy, take your ass back inside. She ain't so much as say bye to you. She ain't wave to you. She ain't toot the horn, nothing. And your stupid ass still standing out there looking for a moment. Freezing your, well, I ain't gonna say balls because you ain't got none. But anywho, moving on, child. I said, he's so stupid. Take your ignorant ass back inside, Martel. He's standing out there looking like Mr. like this. Like Mel gonna toot the horn and boy. Mel was like, pew. Mel gave him a pew. Y'all remember the pew we talked about? Mel gave his ass the pew. So, yeah. Martel, honey, he goes back inside after Mel done broke his little heart once again. Paid him dust, honey. I was like, yes, Mel, that's how you do that now. So next scene, honey, goes on. Kimmy and Maurice, they're at home. They done left, child. This little event. The event is over. Kimmy and Maurice, they're home. Kimmy, she's packing her suitcase for an upcoming surgery that she has coming up, I think, for the next day. Okay. So then she goes into this room, which looks like a media room where they watch movies or whatever. Maurice, he's sitting in there. Kimmy, she goes in and she flops down on the chair. And Maurice is like, you okay? What's going on? And she said, oh, I'm tired. I'm just tired. That's all. I'm okay. I'm just tired. So then she goes into like a confessional and she explains that she still has to get some type of surgery. And then of course, it goes back to her and Maurice where they're talking. She says to Maurice that she was going to cook something that day and kind of put it away so that they would be okay for the next few days after she have her surgery. So it wouldn't be like a big hassle. So she wanted to make sure that everything was in order. And Maurice was like saying, yeah, you don't really have to do that. I really want you to just kind of settle down and not push yourself too much, because yesterday was the event thing. And I was glad that you didn't really push yourself then. And I was happy to see that you were happy that they threw this for you and that you could be with your friends and make the announcement that, they didn't see anything on your PET scan. So, yeah, so I don't like how he kind of pushes her, because I feel like she knows when enough is enough for her and when she kind of goes a little too far. But I respect the fact that he's trying to be a husband, but I feel like he's just kind of irritating her whenever he's telling her what not to do, because I feel like she knows her body and when it's too much for her in terms of when she goes too far. So that kind of irritated me a little bit. Like, don't tell me when enough is enough. I know when I need to sit down and take a break. I mean, that's all you're doing is taking a break because you're not working. You ain't fixing no credit. But anyway. So Kimmy says that the event was really nice. She was happy to have the event. She was happy to see everybody. Maurice, like I said, he was concerned that she was doing way too much. And of course, they were happy to announce that they had the clean PET scan, like I was just saying, and they were happy to announce that to the friends. Maurice was saying that he didn't see Mel kind of hanging around with Kimmy too much at the event. And Kimmy was saying it's mostly because it was most of my people there. Okay. So Maurice was saying, yeah, sometimes Mel just needs to recharge, and be herself with everything that's been going on. Of course, she's being harassed by damn Martel, and y'all know that. So Kimmy says that speaking of Mel, she says that she spoke to Martel and she discussed the conversation that she had with Martel in terms of him still missing Melody and being lonely since the divorce. Okay, so she goes into the whole conversation of what she talked about with Martel to Maurice. So then Maurice says that Martel needs to make up his mind because a double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. Now, it does say that in the Bible, but Maurice, you the most double-minded that I've ever seen in my life, sir. But thank you for quoting the Bible scripture that you probably read right before filming, okay? And a man who don't fix people's credit is unstable as well. But go off, Maurice. Thank you for your Bible verse there, sir. Moving on. So Maurice says that he saw Martel when he came back in. He said, I saw Martel when he chased Melody out, and then I saw him when he came back in looking all sad. He said, and he told him that it was cold outside 2 times. It was cold when Melody walked off and paid him dust, and it was freezing cold outside. So he kind of made a joke about that. And Kimmy was like, that's not nice, Maurice. But it was kind of funny to me because that's what his ass gets. She already told you, she needs you to walk her out there. So now you done went out there and got your feelings hurt trying to, act like a gentleman when you've been nothing but an asshole this entire time. Next scene, moving on. This is one of the scenes that I like the most because it kind of put Martel on Front Street and it kind of put some lies out there that Martel been kind of telling. So I was kind of feeling this scene just a little bit. Next scene is Nell, which is Chris Fletcher's wife, and then Chris Fletcher, they are out on a date. And somebody's supposed to be joining them on this date. And Nell, she had no knowledge of who was supposed to be joining or if that anybody was supposed to be joining. Chris Fletcher let Nell know that Martel was going to be joining them on their date. Okay. So they're sitting down, they're having a date, they're talking, and they're waiting on Martel. Of course, he's running a little late. Maybe he had to put $5 on pump 4, child, because he broke out here. So Nell, of course, she has on her Martha Wash wig, honey. Y'all remember Martha Wash, honey? It's raining, man. I was like, where the hell you get this wig from, Nell? Now, mind you, she done lost a little weight, honey. She looks a little different because y'all remember last season whenever they showed her when Martel and Mel was at their house, whenever Mel threw that glass at Martel when he was talking about that Ariane was giving him everything that he wanted and she was, pleasing him or whatever. She was a little more chunky then. So now she done lost a little weight. She looks a little different, honey. She got on her Martha Wash wig. Her Martha Wash wig, honey, she looking a little different. I'm like, okay, Mel, you serving the girls out here, honey. You serving the girls. So Martel finally arrives, honey, and greets the Fletchers. He gives Chris a little pound. He hugs Nell and they sit down. And he says that he didn't know that it was their date night. He says that he said he didn't know their date night or that Nell and he didn't know that Nell was going to be there. Okay. So Nell says to Chris, oh, wow. Says Fletch says that, thank you for not telling him. Like, why you didn't tell him like, this is our date night. Why didn't I know about this? And why didn't he know that I was going to be here? Like, she just like, hello. So Chris says, oh, wow. So now y'all want to blame it all on me. He kind of said it jokingly. So it really wasn't like an issue where they were arguing. It was kind of like a little jokey joke back and forth. All right. So then Martel says that I've known the Fletchers for years and they've always been a great source of counsel for, like for me or for Mel and I whenever we were going through things. Yeah. So, but you never took none of that advice, Martel, as we can see. So Martel says in his confessional that that they've seen Melody and I at our worst. Okay. So then, of course, production rolls tape back to where Mel kind of threw the glass, like I was just talking about, at Martel whenever he says, well, I found somebody over there that was pleasing me and she was giving me everything that I wanted and you weren't pleasing me and you weren't giving me what I needed. So I found this person over here and she was giving. Y'all remember that whole conversation. Mel, she jumped up when she had on the blonde wig with the braids going to the back and she threw the glass at Martel, honey, and it was crazy. So the Fletchers had to break up this whole scene, this whole situation with them because Mel was mad as hell and she was coming for Martel's ass and threw that glass. The glass broke. They were just like, hold up. Y'all over here tearing up my damn house. Now y'all need to calm y'all asses down over here. So Nell Nell was holding Martel back, and Chris Fletcher was holding Mel back, y'all. And they was going at it. Y'all remember that whole scene. So production roll tape back on that so everybody can see that, child. So then Nell says to Martel, says, how's the kids? And how's the single life? Just making conversation. So Martel's like, kids are good. So then Martel says, I don't like it. Talking about the single life, okay? I don't like it. Which we know that, Martel. Your ass sitting over there in that Airbnb, lonely as hell, okay? So then Nell says to Martel, says, are you dating? And is it exclusive? Are you dating anybody? Is it exclusive? And Martel responds, I'm just enjoying, I'm just enjoying myself. Nothing serious, Y'all know that's how he talks. I'm just enjoying myself. Nothing serious, I'm just enjoying myself. So gets on my nerves with that shit. So then Martel, he says that I'm not exclusive with anybody, He said, I don't want to be tied down right now, So during this time, he was telling everybody, y'all remember that he and Sheree were together. Y'all remember he made this announcement that him and Sheree was together. So now you're turning around on the show and you're saying that you're not exclusive with anybody and that you're not with anyone, which is weird. Because I'm just looking like, what the hell Sheree thinking? And I know Ariana's over there ripping her damn bangs out and going crazy and ready to go on live and blast your ass. Because now you done been over there, of course, eating her ass and everything else that she said you were doing. And now you ain't claiming nobody. You ain't exclusive with nobody. You just out here single and fancy free. After you done made an announcement to everybody, you done been on TMZ and every other Z with Sheree all booed up and hugged up, making everybody think that y'all was in this relationship. And now you just single and you don't want to be tied down to nobody, according to him. I said, I'm hearing some lies somewhere in here. What's given with the lies, Martel? Like, you don't know what the hell you want. So he's saying, during this, that he wasn't together with anybody, that he's just dating, and says that, and y'all remember at the reunion too, that he was saying something about buying Sheree a ring. Y'all remember this was last reunion. This was the very last reunion, the previous reunion that he was saying when he was sitting in the dressing room before he went on stage, when they called Sheree on the phone, he was talking about buying Sheree a ring. So now you're not seeing anybody. But where was this whole ring you supposed to be buying? If you're not dating nobody, then how is it that you're going to be buying Sheree a whole ring if you're not exclusive with nobody? That's stupid to me. It don't make no sense to me. So then Martel says that he hasn't found the one to change his heart and mind to make him want to jump back into something again. He said ultimately he wants to be married again. Okay. Martel says that it's really tough and that things of that nature, because it's good to have a significant other to build with and to grow with, which you had that and you effed it up. You knew you weren't going to build nothing and grow with nothing with Ariana. You already knew that. So why were you even wasting your stupid ass time over there? Which I think is so stupid. So he says that he plans on proposing this year. It's the flip-flop for me. So 1 second you're not exclusive, you don't want to be tied down and you're not with anybody serious. And the next moment you want to be proposing to somebody this year. How, pray tell, would that happen if you're not exclusive and are serious with anybody? You just going to put a ring on anybody just because you don't want to be single anymore? How are you going to be putting a ring on and or proposing to somebody? And where you going to get the money from to be buying a ring when you sitting here talking about you ain't got the money to even be going to court to be fighting for your kids that you don't file for full custody of? That's going to cost you $40,000, $50,000. I mean, where you going to get the ring from? A Cracker Jack box? Go on, sir. You must be going out here getting a whole Cracker Jack ring, or you're going to get one of them little rings that you put a little quarter in there and spin the thing around. That's probably what your ass going to be doing, talking about you about to go buy somebody a ring. Who is going to be marrying you? Because you're not ready to marry nobody, Martel. You got a lot of issues that you need to work on. Like, for real. Maybe he's thinking about that he going to just keep worrying the hell out of Melody to the point where he going to go on and try to propose to her. He already done bought 10 dozens of roses. So maybe he still has his sights on trying to propose to her again so he can get turned down again, which I think is so damn stupid. He's not exclusive with anybody. It makes sense that he will go and try to propose to Melody again in his crazy mind. Because y'all know Martel, he lives on the edge. I see him doing that. I really see him going and buying a ring and saying, Mel, will you marry me again? I can see him doing it. If he would buy 10, think about it. If he would buy 10 dozens of roses just out of the blue, thinking that Melody was going to accept that and that they were going to be cool after that, I can totally see him going out here and buying a ring. Because he getting them love and marriage Huntsville checks again. So he feel like he back right now. financially. He gonna take that little money and go buy a ring and try to propose to Mel and look stupid once again. I see him doing that. But go off, sir. You ain't got nobody, but I don't know. But thank God the waiter came after that conversation, child, because I was still sitting there looking at him like, what? So thank God the waiter came, honey, and brought the food so that Martel can put some food in his lying mouth and stop sitting there lying his ass off, because baby, I was sick and tired of hearing him flip-flopping and going back and forth. So thank God the waiter came and brought his food so he could start eating and put some in his mouth, baby, so he couldn't talk and continue to be sitting there lying. All right. So then Nell says, are you exclusive with Sheree yet? She said, because you've introduced her to us. So what's going on with you and Sheree? Since you sitting out here saying you ain't exclusive with nobody, you ain't really dating nobody serious. You just out there just smashing and dashing out here. You out here thought shopping and smashing and dashing. That's what it's looking like. So then Martel, he kind of looks at Nell and then he kind of blushes and looks away, acting like a schoolboy again. And he says that Sheree is a beautiful woman. He says that we get along well and we enjoy each other's company. Okay. So then Chris asked Martel, is she the one? Martel, he kind of looks at Chris after Chris asked him, is Sheree the one? He kind of looks at Chris like he had the bubble guts, kind of like he had to go to the bathroom and he didn't have no tissue. He was like, that's kind of how he looked when Chris asked him, was Sheree the one? He kind of looked at Chris like he had the bubble guts and want no tissue in the bathroom. He was looking like, oh shit. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if she won. I don't know. I was like, sir, pull yourself together, Martel. So then Martel, of course, he says that, of course, Sheree ain't the one. Of course, y'all know. Well, I'm saying, of course, Sheree ain't the one and she's broke. Y'all know she's not successful in business. She's not going to put up with Martel's shit like Mel did. She's uneducated. Okay. Real Housewives of Atlanta is her only clout. Okay. She ain't having no more kids, which Martel said he wants more kids. So that's not going to work for him. Okay. And she can't make Martel look good like Mel did. Okay. Because y'all know Martel is about image. Martel is totally about image. All the things that Martel wants, Sheree cannot give him. She's older. Okay. She probably don't have the stamina that he has in the bedroom. Because y'all know, baby, all these damn babies he making and the way he running around here, bang, 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 like Pops off Friday. I don't see her doing that. The only thing Sheree has going for her, and the only thing I feel like they really had in common was the fact that they like to work out together. She does have a nice body, and he likes that about her, that she keeps her body up. But in terms of fulfilling him, I don't think Sheree fulfills him. I think that she was just somebody nice to be out with because she looked good. But in terms of fulfilling him like Melody did, it's just not there. But he held on to that narrative because he wanted to make Melody jealous, and it didn't work. It did not work at the fact that he was trying to make Melody jealous of him running around with Sheree. And everybody thought that it was this huge upgrade of him being with Sheree when it's not. Sheree is not smart. The house that she lives in is in her mom and her daughter's name. So she really don't have nothing to sustain him, because Martel looks for women who can take him to the next level. That's why he won't marry Ariane. That's why he won't commit to Ariane, because she has nothing to offer him but okay. That ain't gonna sustain you. Not gonna sustain you. That's not gonna keep the lights on. That ain't putting no money in your bank account. That ain't gonna give you no job. That ain't gonna give you no builder's license. That's not gonna give you access to builder's license to where you can have a job to survive out here. He had Melody, who had access to everything. He had access to her builder's license. They lived in a nice home. They could go on vacations together. He was driving a nice car. Like everything about it. They had the children. They had the family dynamic. Everything about it. He could go on speaking engagements with Mel. She made him look good. He could stand up there and not say a word, but still felt like he was important. He could have all of that with Melody. He don't have that with anybody else that he's fooling with, and he misses that because now he's lost. He don't have that with Sheree. He don't have that with Sheree. Sheree can give him some clout, but then that gets boring after a while because Martel has been with Melody for 12, 14 years, so he's used to a certain lifestyle, and he's just not able to find it with these stupid ass women that he keep connecting himself with. That's just what it is. Okay. So then Martel, let's move on. Martel, he starts laughing and he says that, well, as time progresses, he's on that bullshit, as time progresses. So then Nell says, how long do you plan on dating Sheree? Okay. So they're trying to nail down what's really going on here with Martel, because he's saying one thing and he's doing another. Like you introducing Sheree like she's your woman, but then you're saying that it's not serious and y'all are not exclusive. So which one isn't? And they're trying to pinpoint what's really going on here. So then Martel, y'all know, being messy as he always is, he says when God says go, then God says go. Okay. So then Chris and Nell and of course Martel, they all kind of laugh together. And Nell says to Martel, like, that's very messy of you, Martel, which it was. Now you're trying to use male slogans, saying that when God tell you to go, he been told your ass to go somewhere and sit down, but you don't listen. So then production shows Melody and Tiffany, they did like a rollback of Melody and Tiffany in Melody's God Said Go merch room. You know, she has a room where she has all her merch, her sweatshirts and her t-shirts and all this stuff that she sells. And they just kind of did I don't know. I think production was trying to follow up the little joke that Martel was doing with the whole God Said Go. So they showed Melody with her God Said Go merch with Tiffany in there on the scene when they were talking in her God Said Go merch room. All right. So then Martel says via confessional, he says that if God can tell Melody when to go, he can definitely tell me when to get married again. God ain't speaking to you, first of all, Martel. Let's start there. Okay. God do not speak to you, Martel. That is why you keep asking Melody to pray for you. Okay. If he spoke to you like that, you would not need somebody else to pray on your behalf, because you know you cannot get a prayer through because you've done so much mess, Martel. God don't bless no mess. And he definitely ain't got nothing to say to you until you get your mess together and apologize and treat your wife the way that you need to treat her. Okay. You keep asking Melody, Melody, can you pray for this? Melody, can you pray for that? Why you can't pray for yourself? Because you know the Lord ain't checking for you like that, Martel. You a whole heathen out here, sir. You probably don't even know how to spell Lord, let alone know who the Lord is. Okay. So sit down, Martel. Sit down. Sit down. The only place that you're going to ever go, Martel, is back to that Airbnb and be alone. Okay. And get some more bags under your eyes and sit up and think about Melody. That's the only thing you're going to do when you do go. When you do go, it's going to be back to that Airbnb. All right. So then Chris says to Martel, says, how are things with you and Mel, by the way? Okay. Martel says that Mel and I don't talk at all. Now, we remember when Martel says that Melody was calling him. Melody was calling me. I talk to Melody all the time. Me and Mel talk all the time. Y'all remember that lie he put out there. So now you just put out there that Melody don't talk to you and that y'all don't talk at all. So which one is it? Either you talk or you damn don't. Melody already put it out there that her number has been changed. She don't fool with Martel. When the kids are over there, she don't bother them. Okay. So he says that I can have the kids for 7 days and she won't even call. What does she need to call you for? If you got the kids should be okay unless there's an emergency. Okay. But didn't you say, like I said, didn't you say Mel, she did all this calling? I'm trying to figure out when Melody called you, and Melody was like, she don't call you, not even on her track phone, because she don't want to be fooling with you, Martel, because you stay doing too much. She don't trust you. So now we done caught you in another lie. Yes. Is Scotty by Nature in here? Thank you, Scotty by Nature, for being here. I see the hearts. Thank you so much. Y'all show him some love. Show him some love. Scotty by Nature is in the house. That's the homie. Yes. Love me some Scotty by Nature. All right. So Martel says that we don't communicate at all. Okay. He was telling Chris, Fletcher, and Nell, says me and Mel don't communicate at all. When that's your fault, Martel. You have not been trustworthy in terms of Melody being able to give you her number to where she even want to speak to you, because you've done so much and you still have her in custody court over these kids. That's what's bothering her. That's what's making her mad. That's what's making her not wanting to trust you, because every time she lets her guard down, you do something else. You do something else, and then that pisses her off, and she has to block you and push you back from her again so that you don't be around her and steady stirring up more bullshit. She's sick of him. So then Nell says you have 4 kids. There has to be some type of communication. All right. So Martel says we don't communicate at all. Okay. But like I said, why do you need to communicate unless there's an emergency with the kids? You got them. This is what you wanted. Had you not been out cheating, you could have been under the same roof with her. You would not have to be in a place to where you're not communicating at all. But this is what you chose. So respect it. Go with it. Go with it. What you mad for? What you mad for? She don't need to call you. And you don't need to call her and disturb her peace. She's out with her man. She's living her best life. You got the kids. Just like when you have the kids, it's time for her to have the kids. You go do your thing. She don't bother you. She don't be blowing your phone up trying to figure out who you with and what you doing. And you should give her the same respect, period. That's what she's trying to tell you. Don't be calling me. I'm over here getting my back cracked. The hell you calling me for? Calling me for? But anyway, so Martel says that it's just not good when you're trying to co-parent. Says that we're going in and out of court. But didn't you file for custody, Martel? You would not be going in and out of court, sir, if you did not file for custody, full custody, mind you, of the kids. You already had 1 week on, 1 week off. You're sharing custody of the kids. So why is it that you had to go to court just to be trying to prove a point and be trying to control Mel? It was all about control. So now you're mad because it's blowing up in your face over a choice that you made. It was working. The situation was working, and she didn't put you on child support. That's another thing. She did not put you on child support when y'all went to get divorced. So you had it good. Think about all the men who get divorced and they ask with 4 children, mind you. She could have really broke you down if she wanted to, but she was trying to be a mother and trying to be not so bitter and coming after you like she could have. She didn't ask for anything. She was like Tina Turner, baby. All I want is my name for now. All I want is my name for now. She didn't get no furniture. None of that stuff. She was sleeping on blow-up mattresses with her kids. She started all the way over. And you still bothering her. You still can't move on. But you done went out here and filed this, and you mad because y'all in and out of court when you initiated it. Like, don't step into bullshit. Don't step into bullshit and then wonder why it's smelling. You stepped in it. Let's move on. So then Martel says that he don't like that. And he said that he talked to Melody about that too. What you need to talk to her about that for if that's what you initiated, that's what you wanted. I don't understand that with him. If you so mad about this situation, go to the courthouse and drop it. Go to the courthouse and drop it. You don't like going to court, but you file for custody. I don't understand it. So Nell says that why are you guys in and out of court? She's trying to figure that out. What y'all in and out of court for? So Martel says ultimately, which he probably can't even spell, mind you, because she has one too many babysitters. He on that bullshit again. How you know how many babysitters she has if you don't talk to her? You've never been in her house. According to Melody, you've never ever been in her house. You've never stepped foot in her house. So how do you know who is in her house? You never talk to her because you don't have her number or access to call her. So how do you know who watches her kids, when they watch the kids, where they watch the kids, and how many people watch them? Everything with him is always 20 this, 20 that. Okay, and we get ready to get to it. Ultimately, because she has one too many babysitters. So then Nell says to Martel, says that so you took her to court? And Martel was like, yeah, like why not? Like, yeah, why not? Yeah, I took her to court. So then Nell says to Martel, so she has too many babysitters, and you know this for sure. Because y'all know it's total bullshit. She knows bullshit too. She's like, Martel, like for real. So then Martel, he starts stuttering, as he always does when y'all know he's getting ready to lie and get caught up in some stuff. Because he know that Nell is on his trail. Everything he's saying, she is on his heels. Like, Martel, for real? Like, you really did this. So he's getting ready, like I said, to start this line. He goes into this whole 20 babysitters bullshit, which I knew was coming when he said way too many. I already knew. So Martel says, oh, yeah, it's a fact. Oh, yeah, she's got way too many babysitters. So Nell says, what's too many babysitters, Martel? Martel says it's like 20-something babysitters, okay, with a straight face, as y'all know he always does. 20 is his favorite everything. Marceau was cheating with 20 women. Now Mel got 20 babysitters, okay, and things of that nature, which is his favorite thing to say. Everything is 20 with him, when he probably can't even damn count to 20. Okay, so then Nell says to Martel, says, ain't nobody got no 20-something babysitters, Martel. Like, she is calling his bluff like, nigga, don't sit here and lie to me. Ain't nobody got no 20 babysitters. So then Martel says, what if I said that it was true? Okay, because you know he country as hell. And what if everybody's calling bullshit, Martel? That's what she's trying to tell you. She don't believe you, sir. You need more people. You sitting there lying your ass off. Okay, he's such a nut bush. But anyway, Martel says to Nell, says, what if it's true? Says, what would you do in this situation? If your ex-husband, if you and him broke up and your husband went and had 20-something babysitters, how would you feel about that? Okay, watching your kids. How would you feel about that? So Nell says that I don't know if I believe that, Martel. She's still on that. I don't know if I believe that about no 20 people watching your kids. So then Martel was like, oh yeah, it's true. It's true, it is true. So then Martel says that so Nell says, who are these 20-something people? Who are these 20-something babysitters? Okay, it gets better, y'all. So then Martel says that her brother came into town to watch the kids, and says that actually I'm here in town, and she never even called me. What she need to call you for? Because she's already made provisions as to who's going to watch her kids whenever she goes out of town. She don't need to call you because you're going to already get the kids on your week anyway. So whoever she chooses as their mother and the person that gave birth to them, whoever she chose to watch them, to babysit them, then that's who she chooses. You, sir, should give her the respect as their mother and allow her to choose who she wants to watch her kids, and understand and know that she's not going to pick somebody that's going to put them in harm's way. But because you such a nutbush and want to be in control of everything and still trying to tell her what to do like you did when you was married to her, you can't let go. So now you want everybody to believe that she got 20 people watching your kids when you only named one. You only named one. You still talking about this brother. You still talking about this brother, Marcus, watching these kids, okay? Talking about he came into town. Then he turns around and says that we can hire 2 people to watch the kids full time. Who is we? Because you ain't got no money. So that means Melody got to go right back into her bank account. And after she's already taking care of the kids, she's paying for the kids' schooling. She's paying for all the extracurricular activities. She's buying them clothes because you don't pay child support. And she already said you weren't handling your financials as it relates to the kids. So now you want to put another burden on her of having to pay for 2 full-time child care providers for the children, okay? When in fact, she already have people in place. She already said she have her own village in terms of watching her kids. So why she want to pay somebody when she already got somebody that can just come over and watch them? Why is that? You're not going to pay for them. You're not going to pay for them. You were already ordered in court to pay certain things as it relates to these children, and you still have not coughed up a dime. But you did take $17,000. And now you fussing because you got to pay a whole $40,000 to $50,000 because she will not drop the case and want to go to trial. And that's good for your ass. That's good for you. That's good for you because it's getting ready to break you right on back down again. You're already in bankruptcy. That's good for you. Because that's a lesson that you need to learn. Stop playing with the courts when you don't get your way and you want to be trying to use the courts as a means to control people. The person who needs to be controlled is you, Martel, because you are out of control, sir. But you're not going to help her pay for no babysitters because you're not, like I said, doing your part now. You're not paying no child support, and you damn sure ain't going to pay for no sitters. All right? GTOFH. Okay, and we already know what that means. All right, so Martel says per confessional that it's already hard co-parenting, but the least we can do is allow the kids to spend equal time with both parents or just more qualified supervisions. And you are, Mr. ATM bank robber, you're more qualified to watch the kids. Most of the time you're supposed to get the kids, according to Melody, you don't even come and get them on your week to come and get them because you're so busy doing what? Nothing. You don't work. You ain't got no lucrative businesses that's successful and doing nothing to where you got to be out of town. But you do have time to be in Atlanta, booed up with Sheree, dropping off bumps over there when your ass need to be in Huntsville getting your kids so that Melody can get a break. Yeah. Said, I don't know how. He says, I don't know how I can get Mel to understand that. You don't need to get her to understand anything. She is grown. Whatever she chooses to do as it relates to those kids, that's what it is now. You guys are divorced. You don't tell her what to do. You have 4 children that you can tell what to do. She is not one of them. You know, and things of that nature. My thing is this. First of all, let me say this before we move on. First of all, you were in the house full time with your kids, Martel. Okay. You were in the house full time with your children and you chose to cheat and create a situation to where your children have to be broken up into 2 separate households, one of which their mother had to pay the light bill of. Okay. So that her children will have somebody to have a place to go to so that they can spend time with their father. Even though you trashed her in the media, you went on a whole tour talking shit about this woman and she still went into her bank account to pay your light bill so that her children, she didn't have to do that because that wasn't even ordered. That was an agreement the 2 of you made together. So that her children could have a place to come to and not have to be walking around with glow in the dark pajamas and not running into shit because you couldn't pay your light bills and barely had food over there. You sent the children to school with no lunch, Martel. So you take your stupid ass to go file for full custody of these kids, knowing that you don't have the means and or to do so because you barely taking care of yourself. So you're trying to put them and snatch them from a stable situation and or environment to be in an unstable situation because you are bitter and mad because of what you started you cannot finish. Yeah, the kids be walking around some damn glow in the dark pajamas on, bumping into shit because he ain't got no lights on had she not paid the light bill. But you telling everybody you got a private chef. What the fuck he gonna cook on the grill? What he gonna cook on the grill with no lights on over there? I keep saying it. Where your private chef supposed to cook? Your private chef is Popeyes because that's the only place you eat at Popeyes. Run on up in there and get you a 2-piece. Your ass need a good 2-piece in the eye. That's where your 2-piece need to be. Somebody need to 2-piece your ass in the eye. Go on up there and get you a 2-piece from with that hard ass biscuit. Somebody hit your ass in the back of the head with that hard ass Popeyes biscuit. Y'all know how hard that Popeyes biscuit be if you don't eat that bitch right away. Pull up the Popeyes and save that biscuit for later. Eat that bitch later. And I promise you be at the dentist office tomorrow getting your shit fixed. I promise you. You be walking around here looking like Krishan with your shit gone in the front. You gonna walk around here looking like Krishan with your damn tooth done fell out in the front. That's what your ass gonna be looking like. Bite that Popeyes biscuit the next day. Bite that Popeyes. Try to warm that bitch up and eat it. And see, don't you be walking around here looking like Krishan with your damn tooth done fell out. Them hard ass biscuits. That's what his ass eat every day, Popeyes. That's where your private chef is at Popeyes, baby. Because you ain't got no private chef at home because you barely keep the damn lights on. The chef come over there trying to chop shit up and get ready to turn the stove on and ain't shit working. The gas off, the lights off, you off, everything off. Let's move on, child. You about to run my damn pressure up. I already know. Y'all think I'm lying about that damn Popeyes biscuit. Then they got the nerve to have some strawberry biscuits. I said, bitch, why? Why? For why? For why? Child. Anywho, let me continue dragging his ass. Now you done made a whole baby, Martel, in your marriage. Okay. That your kids are forced to be around. I'm gonna call him a bastard child. Because y'all know I'm raw over here. And I don't give a hot damn, cold damn, medium warm damn, who like it or not, damn it. I'm in my feelings. Okay. And I'm gonna stay there. You done made a whole baby in your marriage that your kids are forced to be around in a dysfunctional situation who they're thoroughly confused, mind you. Because they gotta eat Popeyes every time they come over there too. Their damn blood pressure high from all that damn cholesterol and everything else that you feed them because you can't afford to feed them a healthy meal. Every time they come over there, oh God, they see the Popeyes box on the counter. Oh hell, here we go. Daddy gonna got some damn Popeyes again. They ain't got to be over there with this little badass child that you done went out here and made with Ariana. Let's talk about it. Dysfunction to the 10th umpteenth degree. Okay. Dysfunctional. Daddy dysfunctional, child dysfunctional. Okay. And this is what they're forced to be in. Mind you, they're not getting to see their mother for a whole 7 days. Sugar mama sleeps with Melody every night, cuddles with her. Melody talks about that. She lives for it. That's her moment to be with her mother, to lay beside her mother and sleep with her mom. So they got to come to your house and make a pallet on the floor. And we already saw it. Make a pallet on the floor, sleep on the floor, while badass Knox coming over there, walking all over everybody's head, leg, and everything else over there. Okay. Thanks, Black Titanic, for being here in the building. Yeah. But you want Mel to follow your rules and you follow no rules. You don't follow any rules, Martel, but you want Melody to follow all your rules and give you what you want. Okay. Yeah. You want Melody to follow all your rules while you follow no rules and get mad when you don't get your way. Mm-hmm. That's funny to me. That's funny to me. So then Martel says, that's my thing, you know, that the best interest of the kids is always important to me. Is it? Was the best interest of your kids when you was over there eating ass, Martel? Was that the best interest of your kids? And coming home and kissing them with ass on your breath and on your lips and everywhere else? In your mustache? You had ass in your stash and you're coming home kissing your kids. Was that in the best interest of your kids, Martel? Was it in the best interest of your kids when you were leaving your children to go out and go be with several women while you left Melody home with a newborn baby by herself with all 4 children? Was that in the best interest of your kids? Was it in the best interest of your kids while your wife continued to tell you that you need to stop cheating, okay, or she's going to file for divorce? You knew that was on the table. You knew what the repercussions were going to be if she, in fact, filed for divorce. But you didn't care because you had ass on your mind in the middle of COVID. Yeah, in the middle of COVID. You put everybody's life in danger. You didn't give a damn. You didn't give a damn. You wanted some ass in the middle of COVID so bad while people was dropping like flies and dying. And this was before they had a whole shop where you can go out there and get. This was before all of that. So you didn't give a hot damn about nobody's life. You was like, hey, I don't give a damn if I die. I'm going to eat this ass tonight and I'll be back when I get back. That was your mentality. You were living on the edge and everybody else had to live on the edge with you because you were living dangerously out here. And that same ass that you was living dangerously with ain't even worth it because you're telling everybody that you are not dating nobody exclusive and you don't want this person because they no longer give you what you need. They don't look good on your arm. She ain't that girl that she keep telling everybody she is. Ariana, I like to say your name. Y'all know I say names over here. We ain't scared over here. Ariana ain't that girl. She thought she was a bad bitch back then, but you run around here looking like a werewolf now with your hair flying. Looking like a whole werewolf and an auntie in the face. You looking old in the face now. Looking old in the face. Fucking with Martel done rolled that time up on your ass to where you looking like you ready to go straight to the nursing home now. You're not looking so hot now, are you? You put a snap on that ass. Not looking so hot now, are you, Ariana? You ain't that bitch no more, are you, Ariana? Yeah, you're not, girl. You might need some of that 7th Avenue up on you, girl. See, if you would have done right, Mel would have sent you a little tube of that 7th Avenue on over there so we can bring you on back to life here, girl. You need some Noxzema honey on that skin to get you back right because you're looking old in the face, girl. The last time we saw you on live, girl, you were looking real old in the face. But you out here howling at all the little side chicks, honey, and the other pick-me's, honey. Because you're the werewolf now. You looking like a little werewolf out here now, howling at all the other little pick-me's, honey, because you think they want Martel. Child. Let's move on. Thank you so much for the super chat. Said, drag that ass caramel. You know I will. You know I will, baby. Next scene, honey. Tisha, honey, a.k.a. the thick-tongueologist, honey, out here. Shows up at Black, honey, in her size 14 dress when she's a whole 16, honey. In her leased car for the new season of Love and Marriage Huntsville. Okay, because maybe she didn't get her windshield fixed for the other car that she was driving because you know that the windshield been cracked since forever. I said, girl, I done told you Safe Life will come to you, girl. If you're going to just call them. You ain't going to get the carpets. You ain't going to get the carpet steamed and you ain't going to get the windshield fixed. But go on, girl. Go ahead. The money that you use to lease the car for this new season, girl, you could have went on and got your windshield fixed, but go on off, child. So then she goes into Black, child. They have a new bartender that she don't even know, according to her. She introduces herself to the bartender. Hi, my name is Tisha. You know, I don't know you, but I remember seeing your name after he told her what his name was. I remember seeing your name on payroll, you know, but I don't really remember you. So hi, I'm Tisha. So they get to talking. He make her a drink or whatever. She's waiting on her cousin, which is named Courtney, to come to Black so that they can sit and have a chit chat and talk about who? Kiki. So, you know, drove out some gas to go up there and be messy. So Tisha, like I said, she's there to meet with her cousin, which is another family member on the show. And I'm just like, I'm so sick of them. I'm sick of these backwood billies on this damn show. You can't hardly understand shit they be saying. Their country is hell, okay? And she kind of looks like Tisha. They got them strong genes, just like Kiki. Kiki favors Tisha. This other cousin looks like Tisha, except she had like the short, dry wig on or whatever. Y'all know I'm messy as hell. So she had like a short, dry wig. I was like, girl, you need to spray something on your wig, girl, because it's looking real. It's looking like a dry ass Jerry curl or whatnot. Ain't nobody tell you filming today, girl. You need to, I don't know, girl. Anyway, so Tisha says when her cousin gets there, they sit down and they're talking. They get a drink and they sit down and they're talking. Tisha says that her mom, Wanda, honey, Wanda Jean, the food truck machine, honey, says that she got a cookbook coming out. I said, why food come? She got a cookbook coming out. Who about to eat that shit? Says that Wanda, honey, got a whole cookbook coming out because she cooks good, but she just needs to perfect it. I said, I can't take these lies, Lord. I can't take these lies, Lord. She got a what? A who, what coming? A cookbook. I said, hot damn. Is that why Tisha stayed with her grandma growing up, y'all? Tisha was eating roadkill sandwiches from kindergarten all the way up to college. She said, I fuck this shit. I'm out of here. You won't make me another roadkill sandwich with mayo on this bitch no more. I'm going to grandma's house. So I can eat some pigtails and y'all know that's how they eat down there. I said, what the hell? Wanda cooking? Wanda got a whole cookbook coming out? Child, who is a child? I can't even breeze over that, y'all. I can't even breeze over it. I can't even breeze over a cookbook, Wanda. It's bad enough you talking about a food truck, baby, but a cookbook, bitch, why? Bitch, why? Why you got a cookbook coming out? But anyway, child, Tisha was tired of eating the roadkill sandwiches, baby. She was like, bitch, I'm going to go stay with grandma. No and no. So they said she got to perfect it. But how do you perfect roadkill? I mean, damn, you don't put that in embalming. You don't marinated it in the embalming fluid. What else can you damn do to it? One, you done marinated that roadkill in the embalming fluid over there in your funeral parlor over there, girl. What else can you do to it? Let me keep going, y'all. I'm feeling so damn messy tonight, y'all. I promise I ain't had no drink yet. I'm just on a natural high. I'm just on my messy tonight. Did I see Anthony Lofty's coming here? If he's here, sir, thank you for being here. That's another homie. Y'all show him some love, baby. All right, so Tisha and Courtney, honey, her cousin, with the dry weed, baby, they sitting back and they talking, honey, at Black, while Tisha, of course, is trying to manipulate her, baby, into joining her fake brokerage business. Teacher's like, oh yeah, I got my brokerage license. Every season they starting a new business, okay, which y'all know is always total bullshit that they ain't gonna pay no taxes on, that they ain't doing nothing with the business, okay. It's always on some fake fraudulent bullshit, okay, like for real. So Tisha done started another business, honey, when she out here bragging. Well, I got my brokerage firm license. She can't talk worth for damn. I got my brokerage firm license and whatnot. I want you to join my brokerage. And her cousin was like, why? Her cousin was looking at her like, yeah, no. So Tisha was pretty much trying to persuade her to join her brokerage if she sits down and have a conversation with Kiki, because the cousin was saying that, you guys are cousins and it's not right that y'all are not speaking, that y'all are in such a bad space, that I'll join your brokerage if you agree to go meet up with Kiki. And that was some fake shit. I was like, this whole scene, you could tell that it was scripted and y'all some bad actresses. I mean, this was some, y'all didn't get y'all shit together. I didn't like it. I was like, Carlos, what the hell? Why you got Tisha on here trying to act like she barely can talk? Now you got her up here trying to act. You could tell that the whole damn scene was scripted. I didn't like it. So Tisha tells her cousin that she don't trust Kiki and that she wants her to do the work to be a better person and heal. Now that's some advice that you can take, Tisha, because you don't do no work on yourself. And I said it the other day, you are in the same place that you were first season, baby, when Love and Marriage Huntsville verse came out. You ain't shown no growth. You ain't did nothing on yourself. You don't forgive nobody. You the only one that hold on to shit. You mean-hearted. You jealous-hearted. You stay with the bullshit. You stay starting stuff and playing victim. But now you want somebody to take accountability and heal. The two things that you never do. But go off, sis. Take your own advice. Take your own advice, Tisha. Okay. Yeah, let's move on to the next scene because I'm done with them, child. So the next scene is Nell and Melody, honey. They are headed to look like some type of park where they got like this water and the ducks and stuff out here. Somewhere downtown. It has to be somewhere downtown Huntsville. It's a nice little water park type place where you go and sit down and kind of people watch and yeah. So they're catching up, honey. Nell and Mel, they are catching up. Because they haven't seen each other in quite some time. So they're going to sit down and have a conversation and catch up. And Nell, of course, is going to put a bug in Melody's ear in terms of what she talked about whenever she and Chris Fletcher and Martel sat down the other night on their date. Okay, so Nell and Mel, honey, they sit down in this little downtown area, like I said, surrounded by waters, a park benches, ducks. Real nice place. So Nell asked Melody how she's been. Okay, she's starting the conversation. She's engaging. They're talking. Get ready to have girl talk, and then it's going to get deep. All right. So Melody says that she's been real busy, of course, running her businesses, raising the kids. She says it feels good being me again. Okay. So then Mel, she compliments Nell on how fabulous she looks, honey, with her I already told y'all about the wig, honey. I won't feel in the wig too hot. But I do like the fact she's taking care of her body and that she's losing weight. You know, she had on her Marshall Wash wig, honey. It's raining men. Hallelujah, it's raining. She had on that wig. But I was like, girl, go off, honey. You better, yes, honey. And she looked like she put a few more curls in her wig too, honey, when she went to go meet Mel, because she was kind of feeling herself or whatever. But she looked good with a little weight loss. So I was feeling it. All right, so then Nell says that Nell says that her daycare is doing great. She has a daycare that she runs, and Mel kind of applauds her for her daycare doing so great, because she was saying that during the pandemic, you know, things were kind of slow. People weren't really bringing their kids to daycare because everybody was still kind of wary of, you know, how things were going to be in terms of kids being around each other. Y'all know how it is. So daycares really weren't making a lot of money because a lot of kids weren't being dropped off at daycare. So she's saying her daycare is doing good, it's thriving. Nell also said that she's proud of Melody and her skincare line, which we all know to be 7th Avenue. Okay, for those of you that buy it, y'all already know how 7th Avenue is. All right. So they're kind of chopping it up when the conversation kind of steers towards Mel and Martel, all right, which we all knew it was going to do. So Nell says, how's dating life? She asked Melody, how's dating life? So Mel says, it's good. And I got to do it in my Melody voice. Y'all know anytime I talk about Melody, I got to do it in her voice, okay? So y'all work with me. Let me get a drink of water. I got a drink of water because y'all already know. Y'all know I like to do my impressions over here. All right. Let's back up. So Nell says, so how's dating life, Mel? Put their hands up. So Mel said, it's good. She says, I'm going from the marriage world to the dating world. She says, it isn't that bad. It's not bad as what people think, you know. Did I get it? Did I nail it that time, y'all? Y'all listen, that Dasani water just, y'all, do y'all see how the Dasani water done woke me up? All right, so let's keep going. So Nell says to Melody, she says, so you're not exclusive with anyone, you're just dating, right? Okay. So then Mel says, yeah, that's right. That's right. You know, so then she goes into her confessional, y'all. Okay. And she says that there's rumors that production was asking about some rumors of Melody dating, and that she was dating somebody serious after she was saying that she wasn't dating nobody serious. So they try to be messy and be all up in her business. All right. So Melody, she responds, she says that I don't know why people are concerned with who I'm dating or not. She says that there has to be more going on in Huntsville, Alabama, honey, than to be worried about who is laying up with Melody Holt. Or not. I was like, yes, girl, you better tell them, Mel. Like, stay out my drawers, girl. Why you all in my drawers and whatnot? Mel, like, get out my drawers. Damn. Can I have some business over here? That's a Mel. Like, why you need to know when my ceiling fan be on high? Like, damn. That's what Mel was trying to tell them. Y'all don't need to know when my damn ceiling fan be on high. When I'm over here rolling my back. That ain't none of your damn business. Production. Bitch, get out my business. That's what she's trying to tell them. Out my business. Damn. So then Nell says to Melody, she says, so we were on a dinner date. Okay. She says, Martel crashed our dinner date. Mel was like, oh, damn. Like, that sound about right. That sound about right. That's how Mel was looking. That sound just like that nigga. That sound like something he'll do. Damn sure do. That's how Mel was looking. Oh, y'all. So then Nell continues. She says, of course, she says, we got to talking. We've been down this road before, honey. She says, come a long way. All right. She said, and we come a long way. She says that you have your tranquility now. She says, and he's still trying to find his. She says, right now, she says, it's about the kids, right? And Mel was like, yeah, sure. It's about the kids and nothing more than the kids. All right. So then Nell, she continues. She says, both of y'all should be in a good place. She says, because you're going to be seeing each other forever. Mel was like, what? Roll that back. Roll that beautiful beam footage back. Like, what? We're going to be seeing each other forever. Like, Mel was like, that's going to be a hell no for me. Okay. She kind of looks at Nell like, yeah, no, I ain't trying to see him forever. Put me down for hell no. So Mel was like, say what now? Nell says to Mel, she says, oh, yes. She says, even when they grow up, she says that they still going to be coming around. Talking about Martel's ass. Still going to be coming around, honey, because y'all, he ain't going to stop coming around. He ain't going to give up. So then Nell goes on to say to Melody, says that y'all will be in each other's life forever, and it doesn't go away. Melody, she at this point, she's looking irritated, like, bitch, please stop saying that, because I am not trying to be seeing Martel. I don't want his ass in my house, like, on period. Like, Martel, get your ass on. Don't even drive by my house. That's the way she was looking. So then Nell says, so then Nell continues to say on to Mel, she says that she asked Martel what's life like for him, and he feels a way about the babysitting situations that's going on between he and Mel, and says that he feels like it's 20 babysitters watching the kids. So this is what Nell is telling Melody. And of course, Melody, she looks super irritated once Nell says that, because Martel has been telling everybody that Melody has 20 babysitters, and she's super irritated at this point because he's still doing it. So Melody, she goes into her confessional and she says, it's not surprising to me that Martel's version of things, whenever he is out here telling everybody that I have 20 babysitters, she says that whenever I decided to leave him, he ran around telling everybody in the city that had an ear stuff about me. She says that she's not surprised that he would be doing that and still dogging her out as a mom, which y'all know we've seen it on social media. We've seen him talk about it on the show, how Melody is such not a good mom. We saw him on live where he coerced the children into saying negative stuff about about Melody, saying that Melody wasn't washing sugar mama, like all kinds of stuff, which was so damn crazy. I was just like, Martel, you doing the most. So then Melody, she goes on to say, when she's talking to Nell, she says that that there's a handful of people who have watched her kids. And when they watched her kids, they watched them at her house. Now, y'all know Melody don't let everybody in her house. So whoever's watching her kids has to be somebody that she trusts and or have some love for and would allow in her house. She wouldn't even allow Martel to be in her house. Okay. Y'all know her house. She already said that's her peace place. So whoever she's allowing to watch her kids, they're watching the kids in her house. So it has to be someone that she really, really trusts in order to be in her house with her children. Okay. Think about that. She ain't just choosing some random person. Hey, what you doing this weekend? Can you come watch my kids and watch them here at my house? No, she's not on that. All right. So Melody says that since 2020, when she left Martel, she says that that Martel wanted Mel. Hold on, let me back up. Says in 2020, when she left, she says that Martel wanted me to need him and to not leave and be dependent on him, and hoping that she would come back and try to box her in, okay, and run smear campaigns. And to the same people that he's trying to turn against her, that they would be surprised to know that he is still trying to get her back, which he is. We just saw it with the 10 dozens of roses. I mean, damn, if that don't speak volumes, like what does? He's still trying to get her back, which is so crazy. Why would you be talking crazy shit about her in the streets, telling everybody she's a bad mama, then turn around and you trying to get her back? Why you want to be with somebody who you say have been with everybody? You put it out there to try to make it sound like she was an HOE out here, but now you want to be back with her. I don't want to be with somebody who I consider to be a hoe and just jumping up and down on everybody else. But it seemed like that's what he like in his life. It's like you like hoes in your life. You like hoes to be in your life. Melody, of course, she ain't one of them. That's your wife who you continue to disrespect. But my whole thing is this: why is it that you telling everybody all this negative stuff about her, but then you fighting so hard to get back with her? That is just super crazy to me. That screams, I don't like to diagnose nobody, but it's giving bipolar. 1 minute you over here, and one minute you sane, and the next minute your ass is crazy. It's giving bipolar vibes. That's what it's giving me. But go off, sir. She said that he wants Martel wants her to be dependent on him, and pretty much didn't think that she could make it and or do this whole parenting thing without him, when she was really doing it anyway, you know, by herself when y'all were together. You just didn't realize it because your ass wasn't never there, and you was pretty much doing your own thing, Martel. So then production kind of shows Melody and Martel. They did a flashback of them, which it kind of irritated me, but then it kind of opened my eyes to kind of how things kind of got to where they were. Production shows Melody and Martel some flashbacks to where Martel was steady lying to Melody. Y'all remember when he was in the hospital, when he pulled his Achilles, in his ankle. He was laying there. He had to get surgery. Melody was there. He was telling Melody he still loved her. He wanted to be with her. He's doing everything that he can to be a better man for her. Lies. The whole time he was still messing with Ariane. Showed them sitting out on the swing when Martel was telling Melody, I think he gave her some flowers or something. He was telling Melody that he was going to stop cheating, that he was sorry for what he put her through. She kind of started crying. She got emotional. They showed whenever he gave her a push gift for whenever she had sugar mama, gave her some type of jewelry or something. He was telling her, you know, I love you. I love my family. I'm going to do whatever I can to be a better man, to stay at home and stop cheating, blah, blah, blah. Whole time he was still messing with Ariane. And I think this is around the same time that Ariane was pregnant, or yeah, I think she was still pregnant. Okay. But you on national television telling this woman, I'm going to be a better man. I'm sorry for how I'm treating you. So production rolled tape and showed all these moments back. It was just several moments where Martel was steady begging Melody, telling Melody that he was going to be a better man, which he was lying because the whole time he was cheating. All right. So then Mel, she kind of asked, Nell, not Mel, but Nell. Nell asked, can they come to some type of common ground to get the 2 or 3 babysitters that they both can agree on? Melody says that she's done that they've tried that, and Martel did not allow it to work. And I believe that because his ass is so controlling and he wants everything to be his way. Melody says that the babysitters that they tried did not work because Martel was hella difficult, and because he was still hurt, and that he was doing little things behind the scenes and trying to question like the babysitter and stuff like that, in terms of being too difficult to where the babysitter just did not work. So Melody had to resort to getting her own village in terms of watching the kids so that they can just co-parent, and he do what he do and find whoever he need to watch the kids whenever he need them, and she find her own people. Okay. Which we know it ain't Marlene because she already said she's not watching the kids. So Melody also goes on to say that Martel is mad because he no longer has control. She says that he lost control when they were in the same house. She says, but he don't have that now because we're not together. We're not in the same house. She says, and it's driving him crazy. And we see that now. That's why he's in court, because it's driving him crazy. That's the only way he feels he can have some type of control for Melody to do what he wants. He don't want Melody to let certain people like Marcus, which is her brother, watch the kids. So in an effort for him to go down to the court to try to stop it, which I don't think he ever will. Marcus, he's a whole school teacher. He works with kids. So what better person to do that? The kids love Marcus. Martel used to love Marcus before Melody divorced him. He used to go to Marcus' house, swim in his pool, eat food at his house, do, grilling and hanging out. He used to do all that with Marcus. But now conveniently, when Melody divorced you, now you have such a big problem with Marcus. But I keep saying what the problem is. Martel, I said it before, sir, you are homophobic. I'm saying here. And when Carlos asked you at the reunion, no, like that was just so far-fetched. No, I'm not homophobic. And usually when a person say, I have a friend that's, you're a damn lie, Martel. I ain't never heard you talk about no friends that are gay. I have never heard you talk about that. Just like another person say, oh, I have friends that are black. Bullshit. I have a friend. If you can count it on one hand, you ain't got them. I despise people to be that way. Martel is homophobic. That is why he don't want Marcus to watch the kids. Anytime he start talking about these 20 kids, just like we were talking about before, he mentions Marcus. You still ain't named 20 people yet, Martel, that watch these kids. You went straight to Marcus, talking about Marcus watch these kids. So you got a bigger problem with Marcus because your ass is homophobic. Not because Marcus is such a bad person, not because Marcus has done anything to these kids, not because he will do anything to the kids. You don't like Marcus because you are homophobic. And I'm calling it right here on my channel. I don't care if he gets mad. You keep showing signs of being homophobic. You do. I'm saying it right here. You homophobic. That's her brother. The same blood that run through her veins run through his. They got the same father. It don't matter if she did meet him when she was a teenager. That is her brother. He's never been locked up, unlike you, Martel. He don't have no type of record, unlike you, Martel. He's not violent, unlike you, Martel. He don't abandon the kids, unlike you, Martel. Every time I see videos, he's at Melody's house. He's spending time with the kids. He loves to be around those kids. The kids love to be around him. But Martel does not like the fact that another man is coming up and through there and that the kids respect them and love to be around them versus him. They don't really want to be around him because he's a drag. Martel's always talking about pulling the belt out on his kids. It's a drag being over there. They don't have the same lifestyle they have when they're with their mother. So when they go over there, it's so militant when they're at Martel's house. They can't really be themselves and be kids. They can do that at Marcus' house. Marcus got a pool. He allows the kids to run around and be kids. Martel, not so much. He don't want them to be on TikTok. He don't want them to dance. He don't want them to do anything that kids do as kids because he's bitter and because he's miserable. So he want the whole house to be miserable when the kids are with him. That's why he took his anger out on Tank and couldn't see him for 56 days or 58 days or whatever it was. You the problem, Martel. You the problem. You don't have no peace, so you don't want nobody else to have no peace. That's why you keep fucking with Melody, because you are in a horrible place. Period. Period. Hurt people hurt people. Martel is hurt that Melody walked away and left his ass. And he is determined that he is going to pay her back every day of his life until he feels satisfied. He is not content with the fact that this woman left him and exposed the fact that he won't shit, because he made it out to be that he was running things, that he was the boss. And by Melody walking out that door, it showed that he won't shit. And he don't like that, because y'all know narcissists don't like to be exposed. That exposed who he really was. Just from her walking out the door. She didn't have to down him. She didn't have to do no TikTok videos. She didn't have to go live and say, oh, this nigga ain't shit. She didn't have to do that. Just the simple fact that she signed on the dotted line and got her kids and gathered her shit and walked out the door, that proved that you won't shit, because you still in the same place that you was at before she divorced you. Notice I said before. You weren't doing shit then. You still ain't doing shit now. You ain't got no job. You ain't doing nothing. You running around here like Jody off Baby Boy. Jody, my Jody. And your mama come over there. Where my boy at? He is a boy. You right. He's a boy. He is a boy. You got that right. Boy. Keep calling him that boy. Baby boy. Martel gives baby boy vibes. And he gonna be staying with you here real soon before this custody case is over, because he ain't got 40-50 grand. He ain't got 40-50 grand. So go on and let him get on back there on that bunk bed again at your house, Mama Hope, that his ass used to sleep on back there. That's where he gonna be, because his broke ass ain't got no money to fight for the same children he say he loved but continue to ignore. Everything is about the kids. You say, oh, I love my kids. Everything is about the kids. I want the best interest for my kids. No, you don't. No, you don't. Your mind is on getting back with Mel. If you had that same energy that you have running around here following Mel, bothering Mel, if you had that same energy towards your kids, things would not be the way it is right now between you and Melody. But the fact that you won't leave her alone and you're so focused on her versus your kids and being a better person and a better father, that's why you so fucked up out here. I know it's Sunday. But that's just what it is. Y'all know we raw over here. I done told you I got to give you to like sushi, baby. I got to give it to you like sushi. We raw. So Melody says that Martel, honey, ain't about to mess up her peace. She says that she's tired of the fact that he used to call her 50 times. She said because she would leave the house. She said that now she can do what she want to do. She was talking about when they was married. Anytime that Melody would leave, that he would call her around 50 times trying to figure out where she was, what she was doing when she was coming back home. That's irritating as hell. That's irritating. Do not continue to call my phone when I leave the house. I am a grown-ass woman. When I get ready to come home, I'll come home. Married or not. Marriage, just because you married to somebody don't mean they're your damn daddy. So this woman cannot leave the house. Oh, we over 1K. Y'all better show out. So she can't leave the house and go out and be a whole full-grown woman out here and live her best life without your ass sitting home being miserable, because you got to be home with the kids so she can have her turn to vent and do whatever it is she want to do and have some girls night and go out and have a drink. You gonna blow her phone up and make her damn miserable to the point to where she gonna be like, damn, I'm gonna just come home because his ass gonna keep calling me. I can't even go out and have, a good time with my homegirls or go to an event or do whatever it is that I want to do with your ass steady calling me. That's what she was saying. She said Martel would call me like 50 times. It feels good to be in my house and to be able to come and go and not have to deal with that shit again. That's what she was telling Nell. That's irritating. That's irritating. When your ass will be gone part of the damn day and night over there with Ariana. I'm pretty sure she won't blowing you up like that. But you would be calling somebody want to know where they are when your ass was always where you weren't supposed to be. It's always them ones want to know where you are at every given moment. They want your location of everything you do everywhere you are, but they be the main ones out here on their bullshit, boy. The main one out here cheating, but you want to know where I'm at. Bitch, out doing what I want to do. Out here being a grown-ass woman. When I get ready to come home, if you call my phone again, I'm going to block that ass. And when I get ready to come home, then I'll come home. And don't keep peeping out the damn window. And if you peeping out when I drive in the driveway, bitch, I'm going to back up and leave again. Just to show you that you ain't running shit. How about that? I'm going to be on that type of petty. If you're looking out the blinds and out the curtains when I pull in the driveway, bitch, I'm going to put it in reverse and I'm going to leave again. Just because I'm on my damn petty. Yeah. And how you like them apples? That's how I'm going to be. On my damn petty. Peep out the window. Stand there and watch me get out the car. And I'm going to crank that bitch back up. And I'm going to reverse. And I'm going to take my ass right on back out where I was at. Probably go get another drink and sip that bitch so slow. It's going to be like ice water when I finish it, bitch. Just because you decide to play with me. I'm going to be on that type of petty bullshit. And I'm going to let you know you're not running nothing but your damn mouth. And even that is limited. Even that's going to be limited. Let's move on. I feel the Leo coming out in me, y'all. Let me roll my eyes in his ass. And move my damn bangs. Oh. I'm back. So then Melody says... Melody says that she never thought that she would be to a point of not seeing her kids every day and go a whole week of not seeing them. That bothers her because that's not something that she's accustomed to. She's used to seeing her children every day. So to have to split custody with her stupid ass ex-husband, and I'm going to say that because he irks the shit out of me. The fact that her children have to be away from her for 7 days and she don't see them. She got to look at pictures on the walls to see her children versus being there, versus cuddling in the bed with her baby. Sugar Mama's her baby. She still sleeps with Melody. Melody talk about it all the time in her life. She loves that. She loves snuggling up under Sugar Mama at night. So for her to not have that for 7 days, she feels empty. She feels lost. She says some nights she cries because she misses her children. And the fact that Martel says she don't call, that's hard for her. The fact that she don't even talk to them for 7 days. I'm a mama. I cannot imagine my son being gone somewhere for 7 whole days. Tony Braxton says 7 whole days, honey, not a word from you. That would bother me. And knowing that they over there with the motherfucker that broke up my marriage and they got them over there after this is some shit he initiated. That would piss me off to be in that space as a mother and not see my children, especially when I have one that's small enough that's like Sugar Mama, that's a baby. That would bother me as a mother. And for that, I take my hat off to her. She's strong. You strong. And I'm going to say it right because she watched my channel. I know she do. You strong for that, Mel. I got to give it to you as a mother. You are strong to deal with that and not talk to your children. And it irked the shit out of me whenever they showed last season when they were sitting in the boardroom when Martel went to Melody's office in the Tisha and all them was sitting in the office. Y'all remember? That's the same episode when Martel said something to the oldest daughter and she was crying and Martel had to call Melody and he had to come back to the office. He didn't even tell Melody when he came to the office and had the kids, knowing that he had the kids for 7 whole days and Melody don't get to see them kids. He didn't even mention the fact that the kids were even there. Melody said, oh, where the kids at? Oh, back there in the office. Like it was nothing. Bitch, you know she ain't seen her kids in how many days? And you gonna walk your tight ass up in there all willy-nilly and tell the kids to go in the office and shut the door. And you gonna go sit your square ass down and ain't even mention the fact that her kids were there so she can go back there and give them a hug and or a kiss and see her kids. But you did want to start some bullshit. You did have time for that. But you didn't make time to tell this woman her kids were there so she can go back there and bond with her children who she don't get to see for 7 days. That's selfish as hell. He got joy out of that shit. He got joy out of that. Mel was like, where my kids at? Oh, they back there in the office. They back there in your office. She stopped the meeting. She was like, hold up. Everybody wait right here. I'll be right back. And they looking at her like, we in the middle of a meeting. She, I don't give a fuck. My kids are here. I'll be back. She picked Sugar Mama up. Y'all saw her. She picked her up. She gave her the little nose kisses. Y'all know how it is. She hugged all her kids. They were, hey, mommy. They were like, damn, we ain't seen her face. Mommy, they jumping up on her. They were loving on her. She loves that. So the fact that she got to take that time away from her kids as a mom. For those of you out there that are moms, y'all know what it is. Y'all know what it is. Those kids jumped up when she opened that door and they flew over there and was hugging her and loving on her because they miss her. So the fact that they got to go through that, just imagine how much they miss her and their children. Imagine how much they miss her and imagine how much she misses them. Probably more than she misses them because they're children. They're used to a certain pattern of waking up in the morning seeing mama. Sugar Mama cried when she was with Martel in that live when they were outside and she damn near got frostbite. Sugar Mama said, I want my mama. That tugged at my heartstrings as a mother. This little girl out there saying she cold, and he's so focused on going on live and talking bullshit to people he don't even know online. And your baby girl is standing there telling you, I'm cold. My hands are cold. I cannot feel my fingers. And was crying. Even got to the point where she was crying. And I wanted to reach through the phone and just like grab her as a mother. And his stupid ass is still talking. And allowing her to still walk around out in the cold in the middle of the night when it's freezing cold. Why? For a photo moment. This baby girl said, I want my mama. I want my mama. And you still ain't picked her up as a father and warmed her up. That's the difference between a mother and a father. And nothing against fathers, because there's some great fathers out there who do what they're supposed to do with their kids. They're loving towards their kids. But there's a disconnection between Martel and Sugar Mama, because Sugar Mama was supposed to save that marriage. And because it did not happen, he has animosity towards that baby. And I said it, and everybody else have seen it too. Don't make it seem like Caramel is the only one over here saying stuff. Martel has animosity towards Sugar Mama because Sugar Mama was supposed to save this marriage. And when Melody filed for divorce, there was a disconnect. He don't treat Sugar Mama like he treat the bastard child. He don't treat Sugar Mama like he treat the other kids. Sugar Mama gets treated like she is a stepchild. Look at the video when they were in Target and he had little Knox up there in the stroller, up there in the buggy, and Sugar Mama's holding on to the side of the buggy. That is your baby girl. Girls get treated differently than boys. And I know Knox is wild, but there should be a certain type of love you have for your baby girl over your bastard child. And I'm going to say it here. Get mad, I don't care. Period. That's on Periana. Period. That's your baby girl. Nothing comes before that. And she will forever have animosity once she grows up. She see it. She feel it. You don't think she see it and feel it as a child? Children feel things. She see the difference between how you treat her and Knox. She know that Knox is not her baby's son. Because all Melody's kids are very intelligent. So you best believe when they saw this child and Martel was introducing this child, it already registered to them that this is not my mama's child. Daddy, you done fucked up and did something out here. Who is this little nigga right here you introducing us to and making us call brother? Who is this? This badass little nigga right here that you done brought over here that's taking my sister's toys, that's pushing her down, that's talking junk to us, speaking in tongues and we don't understand a goddamn thing he got to say. Who is this little badass little child you done brought over here talking about that's your brother? That's why you didn't want to tell them who he was, because you knew you done fucked up out here. But they got to be away from their mama for 7 days because of you, Martel. They didn't ask for that. Let's move on. Y'all know I like to break stuff down. I'm glad they showed him in this scene because I've been waiting to drag his ass. Baby, when I tell you, I strolled through Pettyville and I got a full tank over here because I was ready to drag that ass. I said I need enough gas in this tank, baby, so I can let off on his ass tonight. Because, baby, I was ready. I kept looking at my watch. I said I got about 35 more minutes before I get in there and act the fool. I got, like Wanda said, 35. I got 35 more minutes. Wanda said she paid her attorney $35,000. Bitch, I had 35 more minutes to get in here and act a fool. Let's move on. Yeah, but Mel said, yeah, you ain't about to stop my piece over here, baby. You ain't running nothing over here, sir. I ain't coming back to you. I don't want to be in that house where you trying to tell me what to do. I'm at peace. Ain't nothing like peace. You can walk in your house and you ain't got to argue with nobody. That's what she's saying. I love the fact that I can walk in my house and I ain't got to argue with nobody. And my house is clean. Ain't nobody that ate my shit out the refrigerator. My kids is happy. I'm looking around you know what I'm saying? Everything in here is mine. I ain't got to worry about nothing. I ain't got to worry about nobody. I ain't got to worry about nobody taking no shit out my house if something don't work out. That's what she's saying. That type of peace. That type of peace that surpasses all understanding, baby, when you can walk in your house and you ain't got to fuss with no motherfuckers that's trying to start stuff with you because they in your feelings and they want to think they running something because they out here running and doing some shady shit. They on the shady mess. And then they want to come home and disturb your peace. She ain't got to deal with that no more. And that's what she's trying to let Nell know. Thank you for talking to me, Nell. Thank you for telling me what Martel said, but fuck him. In other words, fuck him. He's not about to disturb my peace. This is the only peace I got for him. These two fingers right here. Peace your ass out of here, Martel. That's what she letting him know. And take them dry ass roses with you. Moving on. Mel says that Martel still tries to control her and know her every move and still tries to continue to pull up and even follows her till this day. There needs to be a restraining order. What you still following this woman for? Y'all what, divorce going on what, 3 years now? You went on 3 years and you still continue to pull up on this woman when you see her out. And I know she ain't lying because you stayed in her face at Kimmy's event and she steady telling you, no, I don't need you to walk me to my car. And you still took your square, tight Easter pants wearing ass out there to stand in the freezing cold to still take her out when she told you she don't need you to. And still stood there watching after she ain't said one word to you and you steady hollering out, okay, I'm standing out here. She like, bitch, I don't give a fuck. I ain't asked you to come out here. Take your funky Comadina looking ass back up in there. I ain't asked you to bring your ass out here. So I know if you did that shit over there. I know if you pulling up bringing 10 dozens of roses. I know you pulling up on her if you see her out and about. Because you're still trying to find out who her man is because she won't tell you. You thought it was what? The little congressman dude? You thought it was him, but you were wrong. So now you're trying to figure out who her man is. It's making her so happy, honey. She got to turn her ceiling fan on and get her back cracked because it ain't you no more. You mad about that thing. So now you following her. Every time you see her, you jumping in, putting your little $5 on pump 4 and you following her because you think you own some shit now. Oh, I still run her. Okay. I keep saying it in so many other content creators. Restraining order. She need restraining order. I think Melody is held back of doing things that she really could do to hurt Martel because she don't want to have to do that in terms of hurting her kids as well. She don't want to have to do that. But at some point, baby, you got to put your pride aside and say, you know what? I'm tired of protecting you. I'm tired of putting myself in situations trying to protect you. I have got to focus on myself now because you're just not getting it, Martel. You are just not getting it. Just like I told you, I don't need you to walk me out and you didn't respect that. You don't respect boundaries. Narcissists don't respect boundaries. They don't like to be told what to do, but they like to tell you what to do. You follow where I'm going with that? And that's the type of person Martel is. He accepts no responsibility for the bullshit that he continues to do. And then it makes it worse when he have a mother walking around with them ugly ass, and I'm going to say it because I got to read her ass too. Y'all know I don't spare no feelings over here. Walking around with them dry ass Milli Vanilli braids in, telling him, son, you a good son. That don't make you a bad son because you went out here and had a baby in your marriage. Really, bitch? Really? It don't make him a bad man because he went out here and had a baby by somebody else during his marriage? You condone that bullshit, Milli Vanilli braids? Milli Vanilli braids, caterpillar eyebrows. You condone that type of bullshit? Oh, okay. That's a mystery. Because your drunk ass see everybody else when they be wrong. Because you sat there and told Melody that she being petty when your own son is being petty. That's the petty one. That's the one that's being petty. Petty is not being able to let somebody go after they done divorced your ass. Petty is pulling up on people. Petty is steady taking somebody to court because they can't have their way. Petty is following me when you see me out and about. When you know I don't see it for your ass and I don't want nothing to do with you. Petty is going around telling people negative shit about me when you know that it's all lies. Petty is laying up pillow talking with your baby mama over there with her mothball wop, telling her shit about me when she should not be knowing anything about me. Because you want to feel better by downing me. So you use her as a pawn to get your point across and hop her drunk ass on social media and IG to talk negatively about me. See, that's what you've been doing, Martel. But your mama don't see nothing wrong with that because her ass crazy too. Yeah, she crazy too. Whoever did your braids, baby, they done pulled your brain through that thing because you ain't got nothing up there, baby. It's just a shell. If that's what you think. If that's what you think. If that's what you think. Marlene, damn drinking machine. Okay? And you probably drinking when you was pregnant with him. That's why his ass crazy, allegedly. A whole fifth of Hennessy, bitch. Because he is gone in the mind. Martel is gone. He can't read good. There's something wrong with him. There's something wrong with him. Don't keep telling him it ain't nothing wrong with him, bitch. There's something wrong with him. I keep waiting on him to go on and plug that leapfrog up, baby, so he can go on and read out here. Because he ain't on the level. Your wife got to read everything to you. Because your ass can't read something wrong with you. That's why you want her back. Because your ass is lost. You can't read a damn thing out here. You are lost, sir. Your children got to read to you because you can't read. There's something wrong with you. Regardless of what your drunk ass mama keep telling you. Yeah, I said it. What? What we doing? What time we going to do it? Let me know. Let's move on. All right. Oh, y'all know I was going to add the fool. But yeah, that same old stalking behavior. I keep saying, Melody girl, please go and get you a restraining order, baby. We're going to have to speed this train up, baby, because we're going into 2 hours. I ain't mean to be here this long. Bitch got stuff to do. All right, so Melody goes into her confessional, honey. She says that she's not letting Martel, honey, control her no more. And she means that. And I want her to stand on that, okay? She says that she's even tried to make it, that he's even tried to make it seem like that he cares more than the children than she does. And she says that's gross. And that is gross, okay? She says that he has a controlling behavior and that he masked it by telling a good story that most people are starting to believe because he's such a great liar. We know that. We've seen Martel lie. Every time he lies, he does that and things of that nature. You already know a lie is falling when you hear that things of that nature. It's a lie. Let's keep going. Mel says that Mel was glad that Nell met up with her and had a chance to talk. And she also says that she's had to change her number 5 times since she divorced Martel. And that's because he continues to do things, okay, and keep playing those games. All right. Melody also goes on to say that there's no trust with Martel, which is why that they cannot move on and be amicable and co-parent amicably. All right. There's no trust there. Every time she let her guard down and trust him and do something else. So then she got to put her barrels back up, her barons back up, and her boundaries back up, and her walls back up so that he don't continue to play in her face. All right. Next scene, honey. Tisha is fake boxing. I said, girl, I see why you ain't got no hands. You ain't got no hands right then. I used to do kickboxing. So when I saw that, I said, that's total bullshit. That's total bullshit, girl. You're not doing it right. You're not doing it right. Caramel used to do kickboxing. We got hands over here. We got hands over here. So yeah, I know. As soon as I saw it, I said, girl, no. Put them down. Put the gloves down because you're not doing it right. And your instructor, she fake as hell too because she allowed you to get by with that bullshit. Yes, no. Caramel did some kickboxing. Yes, we did, baby. That was not how you do it. But anyway, that's how I said, girl, that's for TV. That's not it, girl. But so they have the little Tisha and her instructor, honey, is doing a little kickboxing, baby. They out here trying to do something. I said, child, Tisha need a storyline so bad, baby. So, because I'm gonna have to pull the picture up so y'all can see this damn instructor, baby. So the instructor is talking to Tisha, and in midways them talking, Kiki walks in. Okay. So in the middle of Kiki walking in, the instructor kind of gives a look like, bitch, what you doing here? Like she knew Kiki, like she done had some kind of issue with Kiki or something, and she gives this look right here. I don't know what this look was for. But she was looking real crazy. I was like, what's going on with this damn instructor and why she's looking at Kiki like this? It was giving weird vibes, okay? So then Kiki comes in, honey, to kind of box with Tisha. They say they want to get out this aggression, honey. So Tisha, she's doing all this shit right here, looking crazy as hell. 5 seconds into her boxing, and we call it sparring. That's what she was trying to call it. Anyway, she was trying to get her aggression, and 5 minutes into this bullshit right here, she tired, honey. She want to sit down. Girl, I'm tired. Woo, she winded. Oh, girl, I need to sit down. Oh, girl, I'm tired. I'm tired, girl. Let's sit down. Let's talk. She on that. I was like, girl. But anyway, so she and Kiki, they sit down, child, and they're trying to get past some issues that they already resolved. I already told you this whole issue between them, this storyline between them is fake as hell because y'all already resolved this bullshit, but y'all just regurgitating the mess for a storyline because you can't talk about Mel. So you don't got Kiki over here talking about you still mad at Kiki when we know it's all a lie. Okay, so the Kiki says that it's unfair to keep putting the family through things because they don't get along. Okay, she and Tisha. So then Tisha says that she don't trust Kiki. All right, which she probably don't trust you either, Tisha, because you went out and telling everybody about the pill situation. Y'all know Kiki had an issue with taking prescription pills. All right, so then Tisha, like I said, she tries to control Kiki by telling Kiki that she knows things about her. That's her go-to, which we already know. Kiki already came forward to say she had an issue with prescription drugs. She mentioned that at the reunion. So then Tisha, like I said, she's still trying to talk about Kiki showing up to Mel's pajama party, which they already hashed that out after they had already squashed it. Y'all remember at Black. So they're still talking about that. So then they have, like I said, it's no storyline. It's no storyline. They're regurgitating the same old bullshit. So Tisha says that she don't want to get mad and start spilling stuff on people. Because she's just at that point where she's just sick and tired of the mess between she and Kiki. But I'm just like, well, what if Kiki starts spilling stuff about you and Marceau and about y'all marriage and about y'all life? Because when she almost did it, when y'all were in Besma, Marceau was doing this whole, don't you do it, don't you do it. Like he was about to jump up and trying to fight Kiki and was mad because he thought Kiki was getting ready to retelling some stuff that he didn't want to be told on national television. So I don't think I don't think Tisha needs to be, threatening Kiki in terms of telling her that she is going to be telling some stuff if Kiki continues to get on her nerves and continue to do the stuff that she's doing, because I think you have more skeletons in your closet, Tisha, than Kiki would have. Okay, like on period. I don't think you need to be threatening somebody to say that I don't want to get mad and then be out here screwing your business when you know Kiki knows everything about you. You don't want to play with a person like that. Don't threaten me with a good time, bitch. If you know some stuff about me and you want to go out here and tell some stuff about me, don't threaten me with a good time. Please go ahead and do it. Because as soon as you open your mouth to get to talking, baby, I'm about to da on your ass. Don't do it. Don't you do it. Don't threaten me with no good time. If you know something about me, you want to put my business out there, please know and understand. As soon as you open your mouth to start talking, baby, I'm about to put yours out there too. It's going to be Channel 5 News, bitch, because I'm going to tell it. We ain't going to have no commercial breaks. I'm going to break it all the way down, baby. Yeah. They're not going to be able to go to commercial on my ass because I'm going to be still telling stuff if you take it there with me. That's how we're going to be. Let me know what time we're going to be petty. Let me know what time we're going to be petty, bitch. Let me know, because I'm on green. What time we going to do it? Don't threaten me with no good time. That's what I would have told Tisha's ass. Don't threaten me with no good time. You ready to tell some stuff? What time we doing it? 5. Let's count it down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, bitch. Let's go. Let's go, Tisha. That's what I would have been on. Because you got way more skeletons in your closet, honey. But guess what, y'all? That's the end of the episode. Who would have known? Did y'all have a good time? I did. The end of the episode, honey, the end of the episode. I would rate this episode probably a 6 because they really got on my nerves. They got on my nerves. Yeah. The only part that I felt was really interesting was the fact that Melody was really opening up and was talking to Nell about the stuff that she was going through with Martel. You could tell that was a very authentic scene. She was being very authentic and very open and honest about how she felt about things between Martel and her. Martel, with his lies, he thoroughly irritated the shit out of me in this scene. Thoroughly. All right. Maurice, like I said, he has no storyline. He's piggybacking off what's going on with Kimmy. Kimmy, of course, I think she pushed the envelope too much as it relates to Martel in terms of him trying to be back with Melody, because we all know that's never going to happen. I already said what I felt about Tisha and Kiki's storyline. It is fake as hell. And the fact that Stormy is so damn pressed about Melody not calling her, bitch, move on. If you can't call her in the DM and hit her up in the DM, which is where you met her like a nigga in the DM, then get over it. She said you can hit in the DM. You don't want to hit in the DM, bitch. Don't hit her at all. Okay. Melody was like, you're not getting my number. Boom. That's just what it is. So you chased her in the DM like some dude. And now that your ass don't have the number no more, you don't want to be in DMs because you're feeling yourself. But guess what? You got your own self in it. You got your own self block, girl. But that's all for that episode, you guys. I hope y'all enjoyed it. I hope I was entertaining enough for you guys so nobody fell asleep over there, you know. Thank you guys so much for the super chats. Thank you so much for the likes, guys. We got over 1,000 something in the building. Y'all are showing out. We got 1,062 in the building, and we got 755 likes. I know y'all can do better. If you did not hit the like button on your way in, please hit it on the way out. Thank you so much, Demeter Joe, for the super chat, dear. All right. Mars, thank y'all for doing such a great job of keeping the trolling down. Thank you so much, Scotty by Nature, for being here. I think Anthony Lofties was here. Thank you so much, Black Titanic. If there's any other content creators that joined us tonight, thank you guys for being here as well. We're going to get on out of here. It is Sunday night. Tomorrow, we will have Car Chronicles. I will be in the car on my way to the office to be on my bullshit and deal with all the mess I got to deal with in my office. But at the end of the day, I love you guys that way. We will see you guys tomorrow, and goodbye.